brand new weekly dose of PCW Ultra. This is Mutiny. Mike Simmons standing by here 3 weeks away from PCW Ultra's Summer Spectacular No Quarter. It comes to you Friday night, August 9th from the Ultratorium in Wilmington, California. Limited tickets are still available now at pcwultra.com. You'll see all your favorite PCW Ultra stars: WARBEAST, Tessa Blanchard, Jake Atlas, Douglas James, TJP, and more. Now speaking of TJP, he made his return to PCW Ultra last month at Mindcrawler when he faced off against Australian sensation Adam Brooks. Let's take it down to ringside. As always, on the call, the voices of PCW Ultra, Todd Keneley and Christian Cole.
And his opponent, he is a former X Division and Cruiserweight champion, Veteran Flash, Cruiser Grade, a PCW original, making his return, ladies and gentlemen, TJ Perkins!
Great reception for the returning TJP. Competed at the very first ever PCW Ultra event back when we were in the Oak Street Gym. Released the Kraken, took on Scorpio Sky in a fantastic matchup. And what a way to return in a high-stakes environment, and another opportunity for Brooks as well. This match, again, to determine a brand new #1 contender to the ULTRAlight Championship.
TJ Perkins, a guy with a great resume, a guy who has traveled all over the world, worked with New Japan. He's a former WWE Cruiserweight champion. And the thing about Perkins is he just gets better. I mean, he's a young competitor. But he's been doing it since he's 13 years old. He's traveled the world. He was a professional by the time he was 18. And now he comes in here to PCW Ultra trying to teach Adam Brooks a lesson.
Brooks out of Melbourne, Australia, represented MCW at the Wrestle Summit. And TJP, all too familiar with Southern California, really cut his teeth in this great sport right here in this area. Originally known as Pinoyboy in Ultimate Pro Wrestling, UPW, and you touched on it. How many competitors can say they competed in ROH, Impact Wrestling, New Japan, and WWE? TJP can do that, but Adam Brooks certainly up to the task. Nice top wrist lock takedown by TJP in the early going.
Perkins comes into PCW Ultra today, Mindcrawler, with some new ink. Got some cool tattoos since the last time he was here. And that ink sort of represents the story of his life, the road trips, all the road miles he's put on. You can see that California 91 Riverside Freeway right there on his shoulder, representing the road and the road travel from TJ Perkins. And what a long road it has been, even at a young, tender age. The guy is a absolutely fiery competitor. What a treat for us to watch him here tonight against Brooks.
Interesting little fact, back in UPW, TJ Perkins used to team with the likes of Rocky Romero and Ricky Reyes. In fact, Romero, Reyes, TJP, and Bryan Danielson all debuted for New Japan at the same time, at the same event. Well, there's one way to counter a hold.
TJ just using some innovation there to slide out. A shoulder shimmy across the canvas, able to escape. A smirk on the face of Perkins, who's learned a lot in his road travels and championship reigns around the world.
Again, Brooks came up just short against Trey Miguel at Wrestle Summit. Another opportunity to become the #1 contender and turn a lot of heads in the process if he can defeat the former WWE Cruiserweight champion. Perkins won the Cruiserweight Classic tournament as well. And the chain wrestling by Perkins has never looked better. Nobody home for the drop. Likewise the other way. Like a mirror image here, Christian.
Yeah, these two guys know each other well. There's a ton of tape, whether you're looking at YouTube or the other platforms where you can find professional wrestling. Adam Brooks is well documented. He's absolutely blown up in his career over the last 18 to 20 months, and everyone knows who he is now, and he's a star in his own right.
Brooks has won singles and tag team titles back in his native Australia. In there with a former Cruiserweight champion. Brooks has a lot of history with a former Cruiserweight champion as well. He was trained by former WWE Cruiserweight champion Buddy Murphy. Nice shoulder block there by the bigger of the two. Brooks might have to play the power game.
Oh, nice deep arm drag. Perkins showing his diversification in professional wrestling. Able to go to the mat, able to work lucha, Japanese style, to fly with the best of them, nips up the athleticism of the former WWE Cruiserweight Champion.
Two of the very best in the world kicking us off here at Mindcrawler. What a way to start the night. Huge matchup, championship implications. After that very competitive exchange, Perkins offering a little sportsmanship. How about that?
Are you just dabbling?
A little page out of the TJP playbook.
That's TJ's move.
Pretty much turned him heel at that point.
TJ has been struck with dismay. Flabbergasted at the lemons this guy has. What is he doing? I mean, crikey, you don't do that to a guy like TJ Perkins.
Brooks playing the mental mind games as well, trying to get under the skin of TJP. TJP not sweating it, goes right back to the fundamentals. Now into the head scissors by Brooks. Give and take, back and forth. Neither star able to get a clear-cut advantage thus far, Christian.
No, it's been back and forth so far, but both men really feeling each other out. Again, we know they've studied enough tape on one another to be prepared. A display of strength, and look at the core of TJ Perkins. Breakdancing skills in his past. And that Pinoy boy style of TJ Perkins shows in his swag, coming from that Asian Hispanic culture where they have so much swag, they love dance. But he grew up right here in Southern California, you can see that swag, and that's an American SoCal swag right there from TJ.
And that certainly fires up Brooks.
Yeah, but he was also
TJ going tweeners, and the Phil-Am flash with some flashy counters. Nice head scissor takedown by Perkins. We'll see if he can keep the pedal to the metal offensively and get an offensive advantage. Has them all tied up.
Oh, that's in deep, Todd. That's a really deep.
Here.
It's going to be very difficult for Brooks to get out, because if he goes down to his butt, he's going to put himself in a bigger predicament. Looks like TJ wanted to give it up and wants to innovate it here. Goes right for the pinfall. No, and he almost got it. 2.7 from TJ Perkins. We're in those Jordan 23s.
Perkins has been one step ahead in this matchup thus far, at times making it look easy, and I think Brooks maybe going to get a little hot under the collar and try and make this a more physical encounter. Sweeps the foot out from under TJP. Now Brooks trying to get something going on the offensive playbook. Does with the short drop kick.
Yeah, right into the kisser of TJ Perkins, who's going to roll out and get a breather. A lot of differences between 2016 and 2019 in watching TJ. He was great then, but he's just even gotten better, if that's even possible. He eats a huge kick right there, my God.
Well, and you can expect that improvement to happen when you're fighting for and defending the Cruiserweight title against the likes of another Southern California fixture, Brian Kendrick.
Absolutely. Brian Kendrick, who's been a fixture here as Todd. Beautiful by Brooks, as Brooks can get the cover. This might be it here, Todd.
Little Brooks blockbuster going for the win. Close call there for Brooks, who hits the first real big high-impact maneuver of the matchup, and that one registered for certain.
It takes a lot of focus to be able to deliver a maneuver like that from high-risk territory. Brooks able to do it perfectly. Hooks the neck, slams down Perkins, but only able to get two.
Brooks, as if to say, play time is over. And we'll see if he can follow it up. Big blockbuster. Well, you can see it certainly had an effect on Perkins. Looking to counter now. Has the makings of a full Boston Crab.
Oh, he got it.
Cinches it in.
He got it. Luckily for Brooks, that right arm is still underneath, but not anymore. A strike to the rib cage. And now wrist control. And look at TJ Perkins bend the body of Adam Brooks.
Pendulum of momentum turning literally here for Perkins, trying to wrap him up here. Perkins, expert in submissions as well, a little handful of hair. And why are you hitting yourself?
You can see the expression on Perkins' face as he winces, even trying to get these submission attempts. I think the damage has been done. A cover here. Rolls him up, does Brooks, but only able to get two.
Spinning back kick there by Perkins. Nicely done, but answered in kind, but not kindly. Foot to the face by Brooks, center of the ring. Only a count of two. Do you think the fun-loving nature of Perkins in the early moments of this matchup is starting to cost him a little bit?
I wouldn't say so personally. I look at Perkins as a guy who likes to feel comfortable, loose while he's in the ring. You know, he wouldn't have the type of success he's had if he wasn't so easygoing.
Guess you would figure that Mind Games would be part of Mind Crawler here. Incredible event brought to you by PCW Ultra. Nice counter elbow there by Brooks, who we mentioned it for Perkins earlier. Thought Brooks maybe would be one step ahead, but not there. Nice counter kick. And Perkins so dangerous in this position.
This is the reason why TJ Perkins was the first ever WWE Cruiserweight champion. He was able to take risks with his body, was able to leave it all on the line in a tournament that named him champion. He's coming back here. I talked to him earlier tonight. He wants a shot at Jake Atlas's ultralight title.
First Cruiserweight champ of that 205 Live era. And now trying to sweep Brooks here, and he does. And whoever gets the best of this exchange might be pivotal. Look at here. Off the top. Nicely done, but look at Perkins crumbles as well. Not able to capitalize.
It took a ton out of him, Todd. He's hurt now. You look at both men. They're both feeling the effects of these high-risk maneuvers from 8-10 feet in the air, the top turnbuckle, contorting their bodies, crashing on the canvas. And referee Jeremy Marcus, you can't blame him. He's at a 4 count now. If these men are down for 10 seconds or more, this match will be called a no contest.
That body language of Perkins, that foot coming up, kicking the mat, tells me that will hurt. Sacrifice play there, offensive maneuver taking a big toll on Perkins as well as his opponent. Who's going to get the better out of the scramble here? Could be pivotal. The pace picks up again. Perkins showing his balance. Beautiful spin kick right on the button. Perkins making him eat more than a Vegemite sandwich right now. Here we go, another double cross kick there, nicely done.
TJ Perkins is on fire right now, and he looks to extinguish the flame of Adam Brooks, and he goes for the crossbody. He gets it, but he rolls out. He's not done with Brooks yet.
Perkins might be looking to set him up for that detonation kick. That's step one, fireman's carry. Nice counter, Brooks had that one well scouted, and scores with a big enziguri-style flying knee upstairs.
I think after that crossbody, TJ had him. I mean, maybe he's overthinking his comeback here at PCW Ultra. A lot of pressure on his shoulders to prove what he's learned, to put himself in position for a lightweight title shot at PCW Ultra.
Right now it's Brooks, it's in position. Shotgun knees right onto the apron. Imagine the pain that is radiating through the body of Perkins right now.
And the pain through Brooks' knees too, Todd, but he's going to run anyway. And just like Clay Thompson, shows no sign of an injury, runs right back out. Innovative offense with a tope suicida. Brooks, my God, he spiked the DDT. He's crawling for the cover, Todd.
12-6 on the clock, but will he get the 1, 2, 3? No, sir, not yet.
Every single person on the edge of their seats at the Ultratorium. These fans, only 15 minutes into the show, are getting their money's worth.
That's right, great point, partner. We are just kicking things off, incredible. So many great matches to come, but we got the makings of an absolute ultralight classic here. And again, the winner will be the #1 contender. Gotta wonder if Jake Atlas and Trey Miguel are keeping an eye on this one.
I know Jake Atlas, he's watching very closely on the monitors in the back as Brooks takes another step towards becoming a certified player here in PCW Ultra. And look at Brooks. No, TJ's gonna fight out, Todd.
Sure is, gets that distance. That's the best friend of Perkins right now. Turns him inside out. Ooh. You mentioned the knees earlier, and they are really compromised now, Christian.
If I could see the knee injury from the broadcast position, TJ Perkins is right there in the ring. Very easy for him to take a look at that, analyze it, and frankly, to start doing damage on that knee. It's brilliant by TJ Perkins.
Perkins earlier was thinking detonation kick. Now after attacking the knee, might be trying to transition to submission attempts. TJ Perkins, so dangerous, whether you're on your feet, in the air, or on the mat, he can do it all, as can his opponent. A battle. Don't know if TJ Perkins wants to get the slugfest though with Brooks, partner.
No, Brooks is definitely one of the best strikers in the professional wrestling game today. But but TJ, no slouch, likes to go with those kicks. Look at the speed, hand speed and foot speed of TJ Perkins.
Blitzing offense, but runs right into the knee. He's out. It looks like Perkins got knocked out with that flying knee. The legs went limp. He crumbled to the canvas.
His body dropped just like Manny Pacquiao against Floyd Mayweather. But he was able to get back. I don't think he knows where he is, though. Legs are weak, but able to move.
Beautiful counter, and look at this. We talked about it. Submission, trying to hyperextend the knee.
This is what professional wrestling is all about. TJ Perkins can do it from any place in the ring. He elects to go for that knee bar, and that's in deep. But again, we watch Perkins transition rather.
Now really wrapping him up.
Oh, an inverted figure four.
Call it disciplinary action because Perkins knows just about every discipline of combat sports there is. Going to work now, trying to put this thing on ice, but will Brooks tap with so much on the line?
The heart of an Australian, Brooks looks to find that bottom rope, but TJ so brilliant. No, look at this. Counter and a cover.
Catch him.
Only two. Adam Brooks and TJ Perkins, my God, Todd, they're putting on a show.
They sure are, partner, but Brooks is really limping around now. Hard to even keep a vertical base, but a version of the flatliner right into that second turnbuckle.
TJ ate all of that turnbuckle. There's a steel ring just beneath that slight padding. Hooks the leg. Brooks, my God! What does he call that? Innovative offense with some sort of a muscle buster from a position up high.
Took him down under, didn't he, partner? Took him way back into the outback there, but I don't know if Brooks is, adrenaline could do wonders. That knee must be numb, and he's trying to get some blood flow and life back into it. Swanton! That's one of his favorites, but it got countered by Perkins beautifully with the double knees. He's got him up, tick-tock, boom, detonation kick.
That's it, Todd.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner and #1 contender to the Ultralight Championship, TJ Perkins.
TJ Perkins returns in fine style here. What a way to kick things off and to really dig down deep to earn this one. Earn the victory and earn the shot at the Ultralight title. You'll get that opportunity on August 9th at No Quarter.
It's been nearly 3 years since we've seen Perkins in a PCW Ultra ring. A lot of questions about him coming in tonight and where his head has been recently. He proves tonight that his goal is the PCW Ultra Light Championship.
The Bell Amp flash shining brighter than perhaps ever before. And when you're talking about TJP, that's saying something. Welcome back to SoCal.
So half the equation is set. TJP moves on to No Quarter to face either Trey Miguel or Jake Atlas for the Ultralight title. Those two men collide in this week's main event. Mutiny continues after this. You can't tell the entire story of PCW Ultra without Joseph, Fatu, and Mil Muertes, WARBEAST. The global dealers in violence have run roughshod all over PCW Ultra for more than 2 years. Let's take a closer look at the most dominant force in PCW history.
Is this the end of the beginning? Or the beginning of the end?
Genius of madness. Madness or genius?
They're brothers of a kind.
Violence dealers.
Remove the shadow of the old god to make way for the new Colossus.
They say a wise man does at once what the fool does at last.
I never fooled anybody. You all fooled yourselves. Now that the black water's rising, it ain't never gonna stop. All violence is legal.
And it happens to be wonderful.
Death has no mercy. No mercy.
No mercy.
Why should we?
Fatu and Joseph undefeated here in PCW Ultra, but that can change. Friday night, August 9th, at No Quarter, when Homicide and Eddie Kingston, Outlaws Inc., team up to face WARBEAST in an unsanctioned tag team match, where, as is custom, all violence is legal. Now, for as dominant as WARBEAST has been, you could say the same thing about Ultra Women's Champion Tessa Blanchard. And next week, we'll take a special look at her year-plus-long reign at the top of the women's division. But coming up next, Jake Atlas defends his ULTRAlight championship against one-third of the Rascals, Trey Miguel. Let's take a look at what led to this matchup.
And immediately looking to capitalize is the ULTRAlight champion, LGB
Oh my God, he spiked him!
You see, at Wrestle Summit, I know that the world got to see who Jake Atlas was. And that means that I was successful in defending my championship, and now I've got somebody else on my tail who wants a shot at my title. This championship means the world to me. A world I carry on my back. A world I've carried since the minute I started here. But it looks like Trey Miguel is the one to have the next shot at this championship.
getting ready for his shot is another member of the Rascals. Trey Miguel will get his shot at the ULTRAlight championship coming up in June.
I'm gonna make it very clear. I don't call myself a superstar because it's a fancy name. I know I'm a superstar. I'm proud of it, and I want the world to be proud of it. I hold this championship on my shoulder with pride. Ultra pride. I want to challenge your pride against mine. And you better believe that as long as my path is clear, Trey Miguel, I'm ready to show you the world.
Here you see the challenger, member of the Rascals, member of the Impact Wrestling roster. We saw him make his PCW Ultra debut at Wrestle Summit, defeated Adam Brooks to gain this opportunity.
Trey Miguel, this is a guy who is extremely talented, he's extremely fast. Trey Miguel is a guy who could do pretty much anything. We talk about 5'2" players in baseball, and we talked about guys earlier tonight, but he is one of those types of guys. He can wrestle, he can fly, he can keep you hanging on every one of his movements. Trey Miguel is legit. And I played Apex Legends with Trey Miguel on PlayStation 4.
Awesome.
I love the Rascals. I'm a Rascals dude. I spent many a time in their cloudy dressing room.
await the entrance of the ultralight champion. Superstar Jake Atlas, shining bright with Ultra Pride. It's Pride Month and fitting that he'd be here shining brighter than ever before with the Ultralight Championship in tow. Had a phenomenal title defense, and this is very interesting that Trey Miguel would earn this opportunity because at Wrestle Summit, Superstar Jake Atlas defeated a fellow member of the Rascals when he defeated Desmond Xavier. So we almost had a Rascal versus Rascals matchup. So even a little bit more on the plate for Trey Miguel to try and win this match, get a little revenge, and win the title in the process.
Yeah, you said it, partner. I mean, the fact is Trey Miguel has more on his mind than the championship. He watched one of his brothers from the Rascals take an L at our last show, and he wants to avenge that and earn himself the PCW Ultra Championship at the same time.
About to set the stage for this Ultralight Championship match, Dan Masters.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest with a 30-minute time limit is for the Ultralight Championship. Your official is Jeremy Marcus. Introducing first, our challenger comes to us from Toledo, Ohio. Weighs 176 pounds. He is the Fresh Prince of Midair, Trey Miguel. And introducing his opponent, he is the current reigning and defending Ultralight Champion from El Monte, California. Weighing 200 pounds, Superstar Jake Atlas.
Oh, Trey Miguel getting the jump on the champion. Blindside drop kick by Miguel. I guess you can dispense with the pleasantries. Well, possession is not 9/10 of the law. You're a PCW Ultra.
That was pretty funny, actually.
Oh yeah, hilarious.
Miguel getting the stop on the champ to get this match started. Are we sanctioned?
No,
Oh,
you
God.
gotta be kidding me. Oh, a back suplex right on the
Are
apron.
we underway? Are we sanctioned? I didn't hear a bell. If production had a belt. And so
This thing is not official yet, and so it allows Trey Miguel even more opportunity for extracurricular, but he's got to be careful flirting with disaster if he renders the champion unable to compete.
That'd be awesome. Then he could just pin him. 1, 2, 3, and he wins the match. What are you talking
But
about?
what I'm talking about, there would be no match. The bell would never ring.
Nah, he should just beat him up a little more. Get the clapping. Look at this guy. I love it. A little arrogance, a little swag goes a long way from one of these rascals.
Taking aim, but runs right into the super kick there, courtesy of the Ultralight champion. And Superstar Jake Atlas fired up, and now he hits the post hard and heavy. And do you think this is part of that revenge for Desmond Xavier that we talked about?
I'm just in awe of the language these guys are using to trash each other right now. And yeah, partner, I mean, there looks to be a little bit of an ego and a little bit of anger involved in this early beating of our champion.
There's the bell, and this thing's official, and you gotta be kidding me. Think of the advantage now that Trey Miguel has that handicap that he's got.
Yeah, you know a lot about handicap, don't you, partner? I mean, the fact is that Trey Miguel is a winner, and winners, they take advantage where they see fit, okay? Jake Atlas knew he was in for a fight tonight. This is for a title.
Nice single leg pick there. By Ultra Pride, the superstar Jake Atlas, who seems more hot-blooded than ever before. And wow, look at that beautiful kick.
Speaking of heat, Jake Atlas's career is absolutely hotter than ever, and for good reason. Jake Atlas started off as a youngster calling himself superstar and has legitimately turned himself into a wrestling superstar, traveling all around the world in Germany. Jake Atlas is no longer the future, he is the present.
Quickly up to the top goes the challenger, Trey Miguel. Look at the agility of both champion and challenger. But now the champ, the bigger, stronger of the two, getting the advantage in the striking department. At least he did. Into that incredible neck breaker there by Trey Miguel, looking to take home the gold. Lackadaisical cover, that's not going to get it done.
I think Miguel knew it wouldn't be enough to put away the champion, so he just wanted to boast a little bit, and I like it. I like this guy's swag. I like the way that he walks around the ring, commanding it. It's as if he owns the real estate within that ring, and you know I know a thing or two about real estate.
And here's where you see just how pivotal Wrestle Summit was, that convergence of several different promotions, including Impact Wrestling, because of Wrestle Summit, that's why we have an Impact Wrestling superstar battling for the PCW Ultralight Championship.
Yeah, the Wrestle Summit was a historic show, and quite frankly, it changed the game around here, not only in Southern California, but in Australia and the Pacific Northwest. And for Impact Wrestling, who our roster is now littered with members of their roster. Look at that beautiful forearm crossface as he goes for a serious cover there, really trying to get that lateral press down and push the shoulders of the champion down for 3 seconds.
Trey Miguel trying to press that advantage that he got, quite frankly, before the bell ever sounded. And the champion, Jake Atlas, has put up one hell of a fight despite that early disadvantage. Miguel now going to work. Vicious elbow right the pectoral region.
We all knew coming into this that Jake Atlas was a fighter. We knew that he was the type of guy who was going to scratch and claw his way to a championship reign in a company that he was helping out. Just helping out as trying to be seen, trying to meet people, ends up becoming the champion. What we didn't know was how vicious Trey Miguel would be on a night like tonight in search of that championship reign. It shows his hunger, his fortitude, and you call it a bad attitude. You say he's taking it to the champ in an unsanctioned fashion. I say he's doing whatever it takes to become PCW Ultralight title championship holder.
Fair enough. Oh, look at that, turned it into a stunner, incredible. Out of being a recipient of perhaps a Falcon Arrow, countered beautifully into a stunner by the champion, Jake Atlas. Jake Atlas has had to live up to that moniker. This guy's so much buzz around the champion. He's got cameras following him wherever he goes. Is that pressure or does that bolster the champ?
He's a diamond in the rough, man. This is a guy that absolutely shines under pressure. There's Jake Atlas is a reason he's known as a superstar. He's got the gravity of a supernova. And Jake Atlas has come up, and I've bagged on El Monte before, but when you watch a brawl like this in the middle of the ring, it shows you how tough the streets are that he comes from.
Oh, what a forearm shot echoing off the walls of the Ultratorium. Answering nicely is the challenger, Trey Miguel. And this ultralight division, usually known for high-flying athleticism, this thing has turned physical. It has turned impactful. And a big shot there by the challenger looking to follow it up. He can't because he eats a big pump kick. Super kick now by the champ, trying to keep it rolling. Nobody home.
Oh my God, swinging roundhouse Atlas. Beautiful suplex, German style.
All of that knee. Here we go. No.
My Lord. What a sequence from Jake Atlas. Showing championship form here near the fourth quarter of this match.
You talk about fourth. That looked like a firework display on the 4th of July, and that looked to be the grand finale, but not yet.
Not yet, indeed. We still have something left in this championship match. No successful pinfall yet.
Both champion and challenger very much up to the task. Both are hitting with bad intentions, with the Ultralight Championship hanging in the balance. And I don't think Miguel knows if he's in Ohio, Orlando, Florida, up in Canada with Anthem, or anywhere in between after eating that big knee.
And what we saw earlier was a tenacious Trey Miguel, a guy who would do anything to get a victory, to get the advantage. And now the vicious person in this match is clearly Jake Atlas, delivering those huge forearms to the back of the neck.
Half Nelson there by the champion. breaking out of it with strikes as Miguel flips over into the double stomp attempt. Does not connect. Who's going to get the best out of the scramble? Beautiful inverted suplex, floats over into a dragon sleeper. And Trey Miguel might get the submission victory to take home the gold. He's got the arm seized, makes it tougher to counter, partner.
Yep, there's only one arm left that Jake Atlas has. He's using his elbow to leverage himself so he doesn't get completely choked by this maneuver.
Might go to sleep with one arm open.
And that's that same arm that could tap out, but no. No, instead he gets that foot to the rope. Trey really holding on to that. Trey wants this championship so bad. He wants to prove it for his fallen brother Desmond Xavier, who came in here and got a loss in his debut. And Trey Miguel, this means so much to him, not just the championship, but what it means to avenge the Rascals.
Yeah, wasting a lot of time though, beefing with the official right now. And trying to capitalize was the champion, Jake Atlas. Unable to, though, at the moment. Beautiful Hurricane Rana by the challenger. Trey Miguel up top, trying to keep the full court press. Shotgun knees, oh, he's got the champ down the right. Oh, that was close.
What a pinning combination by Trey Miguel, displaying that wrestling acumen. Able to tie up both feet, hook both legs. Shoulders down, but only two. Trey Miguel, oh my God, he knows how close he was, man. That was so close. Ultralight championship gold within his grasp, and he just missed it.
Two razor close decisions. You saw how close Jordan Grace came to winning the Ultra Women's title, and the shock on the face of Trey Miguel because he thought he had made history, but hanging in there is the champion. But Jake Atlas might be on borrowed time in this match, partner, because Trey Miguel, well, he's taken it to him since before the opening bell.
Champion looks worse for wear right now. He's isolated in the corner. He's taking unanswered strikes. Perhaps just trying to get a breather in, knowing that this match will continue.
Hard Irish whip there by the champion. Matador style counter. Now the power of Trey Miguel on display. So innovative. Uh-oh, look out here. He calls this if he can connect. He calls it the suck 1-9, but it was broken up there by the champ. Nice counter. Curious position for both. What's he thinking here?
What? Oh my God! I'm kidding. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, Jake Atlas? That's gotta be it.
Avalanche Uranagi only brings a 2 count, and now the shock is on the face of the champion. Both have been fully loaded. Both have hit with the heavy artillery, and it has not been enough.
Todd, there is a reason this kid's career is on absolute fire. He is innovative in his offense. He delivers devastating maneuvers all around the ring. He is PCW Ultralight champion, and we are proud to have him. Incredible. Putting El Monte on the map is Jake Atlas.
Look out here. This isn't where you want to be if you're Trey Miguel. He's in position. In position. Pride Month Ultralight. Right on the button.
We knew it. We've seen that end matches. And look at Miguel now. Suicida, but straight to the damn rail. My God.
That move has perhaps never been more aptly named. Got nothing but guardrail out there and nothing guarding the jaw of the challenger. Trey Miguel back in position is the champion. Incredible balance. There it is. LGB DDT for the win. Will it be?
Oh, what the? Are you shitting me?
Ow!
You have to be shitting me, Jake. How the hell did Trey Miguel just do that?
He won the title. Now, a little sign language again. That's how we started the match. All package.
Oh my God.
DDT.
That's it.
Exclamation point. Yes.
Jake Atlas is legit. Incredible.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, and still PCW Ultralight Champion, Superstar, Jake Atlas.
Partner,
Yeah.
go ahead.
No, I mean, this is a guy who walked into this company asking for a job, becomes a superstar around the entire planet, carries this championship with pride, puts El Monte on the map. Jake Atlas takes a guy who is tenacious. I mean, Trey Miguel tried to destroy him in this match. It didn't happen. Jake Atlas persevered, he fought through. We saw 4 new maneuvers from this guy. Jake Atlas is a superstar, bona fide. Unbelievable.
Incredible title defense against one of the very best. Ultra Pride, it took Ultra Pride and then some to hold on to the gold this time. This was an absolute shootout.
What a classic. Jake Atlas digging way down deep to defeat Trey Miguel and retain the Ultralight Championship. But the challenges don't stop there. He moves on August 9th to take on international superstar TJ Perkins. It all goes down Friday night, August 9th at the Ultratorium in Wilmington, California. Tickets are available right now. And if you want to enjoy the entire Mindcrawler event right now, go to pcwondemand.com right now and sign up just $4.99 a month to enjoy our entire catalog. 3+ years of the very best wrestling around. The full spectrum of professional wrestling. We are PCW Ultra. And we'll catch you next week here on Mutiny.